I believe that if we are honest with ourselves, that the most fascinating problem in the world is who am I? What do you mean? What do you feel when you say the word I myself?
I want to fly the train! I don't give a fuck! Oh, jeez! Hey, what's going on, man?
¿Qué piensas en esta forma? ¿Por qué no hacen eso aquí con tu Dios?
Oh, jeez! Hey, what's going on? I don't give a fuck! Oh, jeez! Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, you can't get out of it! Oh, jeez! Stop joining your friends, you widows!
I think that I am familiar with the fact that you are going to ignore this particular problem until it swings up and bites you on the ass.
Psych, just kidding. My new catchphrase is, I don't give a fuck!
It's asking a lot to believe that the problem is going to fix itself.
Guess what, bitch?
Our technology and our numbers have both reached a state where inadvertently we can pose a danger to the global environment, especially through the atmosphere.
The whales have a 15-foot penis. Are you a pervert or something? Okay.
Now, nobody pretends we understand everything about the global climate.
I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself.
There are feedbacks, some of which you warm the Earth a little bit, and the tendency will be to further increase the temperature, so-called positive feedback.
What I'm saying is the planet's on fucking fire.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
Now you can hear me. What's up, heathens? How ya doing? Tonight, we're going to be taking a look at Dr. Gene Kim. Well, Dr. Gene
Listen,
Kim.
donating this much money only secures your seat in hell.
Yeah, I actually have the notifications working tonight. First thing, so thank you so much, Quentin. The first super chat of the night. Just wanted to get my weekly tithe in. Thank you so much there, Quentin. But tonight, we're going to be taking a look at Dr. Gene Kim. Dr. Gene Kim. Dr. Gene Kim is going to be making a biblical case for a hollow earth. He's going to do it using the Bible and Jesus. He's going to talk about how Jesus went to the hollow earth and then he went to heaven. And also Hitler's there, as well as demons and Satan. Daniel M says, David says, good night. Good night there, David. I hope you had a wonderful day today, and I hope you sleep tight there, boy.
2 Timothy, what the fuck ever? Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, so tonight we have the Hollow Earth, Hitler, Devil, and Jesus, along with Dr. Gene Kim explaining all of this. There will definitely, there's so much. He's definitely gonna sing at one point.
Listen, donating this much money
another,
only secures your seat in hell.
he's definitely gonna sing at one point, and then at another point, he's gonna get a little weird. So I just be on the lookout for all that. If you want to fuck around and find out how Jesus visited the hollow earth, high five Satan and Hitler before returning to heaven, then please stay tuned. That one. All right. Alex Baranowski did a super chat saying just your weekly reminder to only use the pro-life whistleblower site to report legitimate violations of the new Texas law. As the last time I looked at that website, they actually had to take down the form that allows you to report either falsely or
maybe you should quit
correctly
drinking all that beer, GE.
anybody that might break the law or be breaking the law or whatever. So I don't think that you can do that anymore, but they might have repaired it. I'm not sure. Teresa, Minnesota says this video was like an evangelical Mad Lib. Fuck yeah, it was a Mad Lib. Damn. All right. So, just to get some of the boilerplate stuff out of the way, if you are unaware, here on the Godless Engineer channel, we donate a portion of the money that we make off of this channel to a charity. This month, I think that we're going to be leaving it up to the Skeptic Mafia, at least for one of them. We normally pick and choose our charities that have been verified on like Charity Navigator or some of these other third-party charity verifying sites and organizations. So we will be leaving it up to the Skeptic Mafia partially this month. So if you want to help do some good and help us donate to charity, then you can send a super chat, which you get all the nice little notifications down here for it. Or you can become a Skeptic Mafia member, which also has a special little notification that pops up here. But in any form, even just watching our videos here helps us donate a little bit of money to charity. So if you want to help us out, then please consider doing any one of those options. Also, if you're new, we have kind of a structure to our Friday night shows. It's not just the video. Our first little segment, though, is going to be... Honey. Yes! Today I learned! Today I learned! All right, and tonight's show, just in case you're wondering, is brought to you by Kraken Cream Soda. That's something that I've made up. Basically, it's Kraken rum to about, I don't know, like here maybe on this mason jar that I drink out of because I live in the South. Right here, and then the rest of it's Sprite. Gives it this nice, Sprite Zero. Gives us this really nice cream soda-y taste, and it's just delicious. I've heard from people that have made this here on the channel after I recommended it. They say it tastes great.
May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here.
Hellbound Hillbilly says, woo, charity! You know, I have to say, I really like the fact that we live in a house now because I don't have to feel bad about pissing the neighbors off when I yell and scream shit like, woo, charity! Or suck that Jesus dick! Nobody can hear me. Except for, of course, KC over there. Daniel M says, that sounds awesome. The Kraken Cream Soda is really awesome. Like I said, it is as long as you get the ratio right, tastes extremely similar to cream soda. Of course, that's coming from a diabetic, so take that for what you will. Anyways, Tonight on Today I Learned, we got a little bit of an unconventional thing. For one thing, I saw these a couple of these infographics, and I didn't bother to verify them, so I don't know if these are actual facts of history, but it just, this first one especially sounds hilarious. But anyways, the bar tab of the 1787 farewell party for George Washington is still intact. According to the bill, the founding fathers drank 54 bottles of Madeira, 60 bottles of claret, 80 bottles of whiskey, 22 bottles of porter, 80 bottles of hard cider, 12 of beer, and 7 bowls of alcoholic punch. There were only 55 attendees. A Thursday night at Shannon Q's house. Yes, honey, in fact, that's exactly what George Washington, when George walked into the place, he's like, hey, we need a Thursday at Shannon Q's house here. Bring it all over, okay? No. Okay. I just missed somebody subscribing so they could talk shit in the chat. Thank you so much for doing that. So I don't know if this is true. I haven't bothered to fact check it or anything, but if it's true, there's no way you can consider me an alcoholic. I'm just saying, like, the amount that I drink, that I don't even come close to this level of alcohol. Like, this is like 3rd level mage or level 53 mage alcoholic or some shit like that. I don't know D&D terms all that well. I don't know if a level 53 mage is like all that awesome, but you'd have to be some kind of high level sorcerer in order to be able to take all of that shit and not die. Daniel M says, even back when they knew how to party, I wonder if
May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here.
When was the keg invented? I have no idea. KC is with the fact checking. She's going to look it up real quick. While she's doing that, we're going to look at this crazy fucking thing. So this was, I mean, I'm not sure as to the reason. It makes sense the way that they've described it, but the dining area of the Alcobaca Monastery, I need to drink more in order to pronounce this shit, monastery in Portugal was made narrow so that monks who got too fat were forced to go into fasting. They literally made the door so narrow that you couldn't get in there to eat if you were too fat. I'm so glad we didn't take that particular design option when doing our house, because I swear to Christ, I probably would die of starvation. I mean, I'm a thick boy in general, you know, not to mention like my gut here. So, I mean, I just don't see me fitting through my fat ass through that door. I think I'd crash through a window or something. Like, you'd see me turn into Cliffhanger so quick to get to a window to get inside that place. But anyways, so what's the 1930s?
Maybe you should quit drinking all that beer, G.E.
Oh yeah, they would store beer in casks. Yeah, which isn't that what they cure whiskey? Age whiskey. Barrels, casks. Oh, okay. So they patented it in 1897, and they didn't get around until the 1930s. Right. Pretty cursory level investigation here. We got Jason Kolosik. I got it. I remember from last week. You know, I think I'm gonna add a new animation here soon, and I think it's just gonna be Brocephus, and it's like I'm gonna have to animate it to where it's got a UFO popping up, and it's Brocephus, and he says something fucking ridiculous, and then the UFO goes away.
May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here.
Apparently the beer pump, I guess for beer kegs that are on beer kegs, or just a beer pump. Right, so the beer pump was invented in the 17th century, 1688, and then it wasn't invented until, or patented, in 1785. So that's interesting. Let's see. Jason Pelisike says if your 8 sounds like 80, KC is going to have problems measuring. See, Elizabeth Richardson said, I think I could fit a butt cheek through that door. Weekly tithe here for the charities. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Daniel M says, what if they got stuck in the dining area? Yeah, what if they had like some kind of dinner that was like big, right? And they, yeah, and then, well, it wouldn't be Thanksgiving because Portugal. What if they had like a really big dinner and then they had like a food baby and like they couldn't get out? Like what, they got to... Yep, that's right, honey. They would have to run laps around the kitchen in order to be able to lose weight to get out. Anyways, let's see. That's it for that Today I Learned. We got one more Today I Learned, and then we got some comments. This one's very, very channel oriented here because if you didn't know, Today I Learned sperm whales click loud enough to hear each other from thousands of miles away. Some researchers believe this is how they can communicate with each other from opposite sides of the planet. And if you're close enough, the vibrations can paralyze or even vibrate you to death. Like, how crazy would it be to see one of those videos that you see like on Twitter or something, and they're like swimming in the ocean where they definitely don't need to be fucking swimming, but anyways, they're like, you know, tempting fate and swimming in the ocean wherever the fuck they are, and they see a whale, and then all of a sudden the whale's like, oh shit, I forgot to tell Marvin that he can't go home yet because there's like, I don't know what a predator of these fucking sperm whales are. There's a megalodon over there or something. Megalodon. And
listen, donating this much money only secures your seat in hell. Woo! Bear money!
Yeah, it probably is some sort of shark. But anyways, like, they need to tell the other shark or the other whale something, and it's just like, click, 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 and then all of a sudden, the humans that are filming this whale burst in the middle of the water, and the whale's just standing there like... Oh. Yeah, ruin it. Apparently, Willie, the killer whale, orcas are the largest natural predator of sperm whales. That's crazy. I thought orcas just fucked around with sea lions and seals and shit. Maybe not sea lions, but seals, I think they also fuck around with. Apparently there's false killer whales and pilot whales that will also fuck up a sperm. I mean, how shitty do you have to be to fuck up a sperm whale? Like, sperm whales just sort of float in the ocean and they go everywhere across the planet and everything like that, but they just sort of, I mean, it's like they don't really attack people or anything. I haven't heard of an attack. Like, the only thing that I can think of that they do is they, you know, jump out of the water and they make tourists go, ooh, ah, and shit. Like, it's but an orca comes along, it's like, $3 million right there. You know, they got 15-foot dicks, right? I'm gonna slurp it up like a spaghetti noodle. Anyways, so that's kind of interesting. The fact that they can click so loud you'll explode. It sounds like a superpower, to be quite honest. All right, you know what's next? Comments of the day. Prepare to face bump yourself in the next week. All right, so we got comments. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to be disappointed about this. I was not able to find a good shitty ass science for this week. So I will try to work on getting a healthy pile of shitty ass sciences for Bocephus to address, but I just wasn't able to get a good one this week. So we're just going to go from comments directly into the video. Sack shitty ass comments. All right, so this one's from the channel. Last will be first is the YouTube user that left this comment, and they said, I do wish with all my heart that you atheists wake up. Time is short. There will be no excuse for you at the end because you can search this truth while there is time. You will hear my words over again in despair when that time cometh, but it will be too late. Search the truth. Ask God! If you are real, open my eyes. Open my mind. Give me understanding. He will show you! What is he going to show us again? Yeah, you're right, honey. This person does sound like a judgy bitch. Should I wire up your microphone? What? Very talkative tonight. Yeah. Okay. I think you're about 12 comments too short there. Yeah. You what did I do? I figured I'd run a little bit of a poll. Yeah. It'll show up. We'll see how this goes. Daniel M says this is to Mike KC. Up. Daniel, you don't get paid? Don't I mean there have been times when I've used GE money to pay for us to do things. Sometimes she gets dinner. I mean, that's Casey. That's bullshit. I don't think that it's bullshit. All right. Oh yeah. No, you're not useless, honey. Stop saying that about yourself. Nobody's gonna believe you. There we go. Care of Daniel M. Thank you so much. You can make some mean brownies there, honey. All right. So as far as this comment goes, I just have to ask, like, why does this person think that I haven't asked God these things? Because when I was growing up and I believed in God, but yet I found myself not necessarily doubting that he exists, but really wanting him to demonstrate it for me. And so I would ask God to reveal himself to me, or to you know, verify that he was there, or verify one thing or another thing. So this person, and I feel like this is like something that a lot of just conservative, traditional Christians hang on to, is this idea that atheists simply have never done this in their life. Like we haven't sat there and called out to God for him to reveal himself to us. And I would think that if God exists and he's all good and we asked him to show himself to us, not like dangle his dick in front of our faces, but like demonstrate that he's there, you would think that that God would be like, oh yeah, sure, I know exactly, because I know everything. I know exactly what I can do in order to show this motherfucker that I exist and shit. So,
dangling his dick in front of people seems rude. I mean, he needs consent. Somebody needs to teach God about consent.
Yes, honey, they do.
You shouldn't just dangle your dick in front of people.
No, I agree. You shouldn't dangle your dick in front of people. That's right, honey. I'll have to remember that for later on tonight.
I mean, I'm talking about unconsented.
Unconsented dangling just doesn't need to happen. Just keep that in mind, y'all, okay?
I mean, you pretty much have blanket consent for that.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Okay. I got dangling consent, y'all. Me later on tonight. Helicopter. Oh, if anybody knows what that's from, good for you, I guess.
you know I don't.
Anyways, next we've got martial apologist.
What?
He's the martial apologist. Excuse me, did you just say that we have hard evidence that Mark's gospel was written first? What? See, Mark may have been written... Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but every time you donate, the Lord cries. What? See, Mark may have written his gospel first, but never once in my life have I ever been given the smallest shred of evidence for it beyond it's shorter, and other gospels seem to at points copy Mark. That's not bad evidence, it's actually pretty compelling. Hard? No, very much no. It's reasoned supposition, but not hard evidence.
I feel like this person just doesn't know much.
Probably...
It was first because it was shorter. That's not the fucking reason.
Hoya! But he is gonna deflect your shit, honey.
I think this asshole has broken too many boards with his forehead.
So now you have to understand the context in which I was speaking in. In the context that I was speaking in, I'm talking about like what we can know about how the Gospels were written. And the hard evidence there is going to be different than, say, scientific hard evidence. Because, like, scientific hard evidence would look vastly different. But as far as in history hard evidence, what I mean is the culmination of all the factors that point to Mark being written first. And, I mean, with Mark being shorter... That's one of the factors, but that's definitely not something that I would list. Like, if I had to list something in a comment section or something like this, that would definitely not make the list of things that I would mention. Because while that does sort of add on to the case that Mark was most likely written first, I wouldn't say that that's the primary, like, one of the primary reasons. Like, that's one thing that it's like, oh, and it makes sense that this is shorter and shit. So what I would say the hard evidence is the verbatim copying of Mark and other gospels. One thing, like one of the things is how Mark seems to have Jesus predicting the fall of the Jerusalem temple. Considering that, you know, prophecies aren't real, like there's never been a prophecy that's come true that's been a specific enough prophecy. I'm not talking the Miss Cleo ambiguous shit. I'm talking about like specific kind of prophecy. Since those are most likely never going to come true, at least not by any kind of actual prophetic means, it seems like Mark would have had to have written at least after 70 AD at the very least. And so from there we can move on to, oh hey look, verbatim shit occurs in both Matthew and Luke. And all that. So there's definite reasons in order to there's definitely hard evidence to say that Mark was written first, and then the other gospels copied off him. Hard in the context of like ancient documents and what we can know about how they were written and stuff like that.
I just want you to know I'm staring at you in Nostradamus.
She's staring at me. That's because you've been watching Rain. And Nostradamus looks like an emo fuck in the entire series.
Nostradamus is awesome in that series.
I like Dragon Master there. It says Nostradamus. Jason Kulisike says it would prove he existed.
What would?
I'm not sure. I think it's something about this, the martial apologist. I probably should have read it when he sent it. It would have made more sense. I'm so sorry about that there, Jason. Anyways, all right, let's move on to the next comment so we can get to the crazy shit tonight. Now, this one is crazy. All right. This person said, I started the preventative regimen of ivermectin based on the FLCCC guidelines. What is that?
I'm looking it up right now. You keep going.
And I literally shit myself at the grocery store today. Is this normal? I want to protect myself, but like if this is this just like the early toxins leaving or what? No. Just randomly shitting yourself in the grocery store is not normal. I don't know if that's because of ivermectin. I don't know if she got the horse version of it and like squirted it up her ass or something. I don't know. But if you're standing in the middle of a grocery store and you just shit yourself for no reason, go see a doctor.
So FLCCC is one of two things.
Okay.
It could be the Frontline COVID-19 Critical Care Alliance, or it could be Fast Lane Choppers, Cochise County in Arizona. I'm going to go with the latter. I think it's that one.
Yeah, I think it probably would be the latter there.
It's definitely the first one.
But I just...
it's definitely the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean...
But the second one's funnier.
I sincerely doubt that anybody's really advising ivermectin for...
No, this thing is not... I don't think this is like a
legitimate organization.
They're a group of... Let's see. A group of highly... What is newswise.com? I feel like none of these sites are legit. I don't have time to do the right kind of research, but I don't believe...
I would be very hesitant, just like you there, honey. All right.
The very front of their page has their name and says prevention and treatment protocols for COVID-19. And then the very first thing on the homepage of their website is, we thank you for your continued support. Your donations and kind contributions are invaluable. Donate. With a donate button. So I'm not sure that... I don't know.
I wouldn't trust them for medical advice. Definitely only take medical advice from a real doctor. And if that doctor starts slinging a horse dewormer at you, get a different doctor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know anything about this organization, so I can't really say whether it's a thing or not, but I'd have to look way more into it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's move on to the next one after Betty shits herself. And this next one is Van Mellon. Now, Van does not like...
May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here.
Before the weekly update on July 7th was Dr. Corey on how ivermectin defeats the variants.
Yeah, I sincerely doubt that.
So I'm going to go with no.
Yeah, I would definitely go with no too. Okay, so Van Mellon here really doesn't like me. He's in a number of groups that are pretty much historicist circle jerks, where they pretty much just post in there about how stupid mythicists are and stuff. It's real childish shit. He acts like a fucking child. at one point I was discussing with him about a topic. I think it might have been the brother of the Lord or something like that. Anyways, I was talking to him. I got tired of talking to him.
You are blessed by Christ, ma'am. Or sir. You are blessed.
I was talking to him. I got tired of talking to him. And so I was like, hey, just make a video and I'll review it and we can go from there. Because I was tired of typing and shit. And so he took that very personally. He did not like this. We got Daniel M, who says it depends on the grocery store if shitting yourself is normal. Walmart, it's okay. Whole Foods, probably not. That's a good point there, Daniel. Thank you.
You definitely see people in Walmart shitting themselves, but I don't know. You go to Trader Joe's, you probably wouldn't have that.
Stagnu Demort says record scratch. I bet you're wondering why I pooped myself just now.
This is me, Betty Shitbags, and I just shit myself in a Walmart. I bet you're wondering how I got myself into this sticky situation.
I sucked down a tube of Ivermectin like a dumbass.
All right.
Dragon Master said shitting yourself for Jesus. That's what's her name? Damn it. You know the little shitty Mig long hair, what the fuck is her name?
Oh, are we talking about the same girl who shit herself at the party?
Yeah, the one with the really long curly hair, the Kent State bitch with the gun who thinks she's badass. I can't remember her fucking name.
I'm glad I've forgotten her name.
Caitlin Bennett. Thank you, Dominic.
Thank
you, Dominic.
Bennett.
And Elizabeth, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you know what those two women have in common? They both shit themselves to own the libs.
I wonder if it's working for them.
It probably not. They probably just smell like shit.
I don't think it's working.
All right. So Van Millen has a comment here. He says, "You talk all that stuff about good scholarship, and then you carry your celestial BS, which is rejected universally by secular scholars. Paul does in fact reference a bodily Jesus, his disciples, and his brothers. By denying that, you are the one who is outside the academic consensus. You're a militant atheist activist who doesn't care about truth. You care about propping up your own faith-based belief. You're just a liar." He really doesn't like me. Now,
well, you live rent-free in that one's head.
I do. I definitely live rent-free in his head. But Paul does not reference a bodily Jesus in that it was a Jesus that walked on earth. That's totally antithetical to Paul's entire message to say that he was talking about Jesus while he was on earth. He only ever talks about Jesus as being a celestial figure. He never mentions anybody as a disciple, and while he does talk about being brothers in the Lord and being brothers and sisters in Christ and all this other stuff, none of that is like blood relative stuff. There are ambiguous verses in there that could be read in the blood relative way, but given the propensity of verses or the amount of verses in Paul's work where he uses this familial sort of naming for people, like calling them brothers, calling them sisters, and everything like that, it seems like it's more reasonable to think that anytime he says that, unless he specifies some kind of like blood relation, then he means a fictive kinship. And so this isn't just mine or Carrier's view on this. This is just basic like Greek grammar and shit. So I mean, he wants to say that I'm outside of the academic consensus, but I feel like I'm fine with that because the academic consensus is controlled by statements of faith. The academic consensus on this is
shit.
But he also says it's rejected universally by secular scholars.
It's not true.
I agree. It's probably not true. More than likely not true, because anytime anybody's like, oh, secular scholars universally accept Luke as a historian, I have to call bullshit and ask which secular scholars.
They never answer.
No, they don't. They never answer which secular scholars. They will never list them off. And Van, if you happen to watch this for some fucking reason, leave me a comment down below naming those secular scholars that reject the celestial Jesus.
All of them. Name all of them. All of them.
Even Bart Ehrman has come around to the fact that Jesus originally started off celestial, right? So, I mean, I really don't even know what in the fuck he's talking about.
Addicted to Mosh in the comments made a good point. He said there's an actual human, or I don't know your gender, I'm sorry. They said there's an actual human version of ivermectin that can be used. That is true. And it's an antiparasitic. It is obviously a different method of delivery than the veterinary kind.
You mean it doesn't squirt out of a tube?
No. It's got it's a different dosage, and it has different fillers, right? Stuff that's safe for people. Also, it's not approved for, pharmaceuticals can't be prescribed to people. Medicines cannot be prescribed to people for things they are not approved for. So doctors can't just prescribe anybody anything for anything. So ivermectin, the human version, is not approved for use against COVID-19. So any doctor who prescribes it to anyone for COVID-19 could lose their license. So it's difficult for people to get, right? They can't just go to the doctor and be like, I want ivermectin. And I mean, unless you have a doctor who's willing to put their license on the line. Right. So that's why a lot of people are going to and getting the veterinary drug.
Yeah.
Is because they can't get their hands on the human version.
And apparently they just give out the fucking horse one to anybody.
Fair money.
Maybe they got to pretend to have a horse like, yeah, I've got a Stade.
There are actual signs at some of the like tractor stores and shit that carry it that, well, first of all, they've taken it off the shelves. So people can't just go in and get it. There's a limit to how much you can buy. And you have to, some of the stores, you have to actually prove you own some sort of animal that you would use that for, like a horse or whatever else. Because I don't think it's only for horse. I think you can use it for sheep. I'm not sure. But anyway, you have to prove you have animals that, in order to get it.
The funniest fucking thing that I saw, and this is tangentially related, was them saying a new study has shown some kind of South American viper venom seems to work against COVID-19. I'm just sitting here like, oh shit, we're about to be importing South American vipers into the United States, or at least their venom.
I do not recommend anybody doing that.
Susie overdosed on South American viper venom. She was scared about the COVID. Instead of getting the vaccine, she decided to freebase some viper venom.
It's amazing what these people do. They'll be like, I don't know what's in the vaccine. Do you know what's in fucking horse dewormer? No. Do you know what's in hot dogs? No, but your ass eats them. Like, stop.
I mean, I don't know if y'all know this. Maybe they don't do this like up north or in Narnia, wherever Shannon lives. But like at like a supermarket, you can buy pig's feet.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just like, people will eat anything. They will put anything in their mouths, including horse dewormer.
I mean, pig's feet, like, that's the example you use? Pig's feet? Out of all the fucking foods that are out there, pig's feet. That's your problem?
I mean,
do you know what's in a hot dog? You don't want to know because you wouldn't eat it. What about bologna?
I bet you I would still eat, because listen, my reaction to you listing off the ingredients in a hot dog is going to be the same reaction that these other fucks are going to give you too. And that's, I don't know what any of those fucking things are, but I've been eating these motherfuckers my entire life. Nothing's hurt me yet. And, you know, to be quite honest, it seems like romaine lettuce has more of a chance of killing your ass than a hot dog.
What? Why?
Not, you know, absent the whole choking hazard from, you know, getting a wiener in your throat.
I mean, sometimes you choke on wieners. That's just, you know.
That's what happens. And I mentioned romaine because of how, what's that one germ they're always contaminated with?
Oh, E. coli?
E. coli.
Oh.
There's always E. coli scares. We can't get no romaine because of E. coli. Why are you rubbing the leaves in the fucking E. coli? Get that shit out of here.
That's not how it works, but okay.
Anyways, Van Melon's not even going to come over here. Okay, so this last one's not really a comment. It's just sort of like a fucking wow kind of moment here. Now, I'm going to blow this up a little bit. First off, I want you guys to notice how they have actually drawn Jesus pretty good, right? But the problem is that he's like buff and shit.
Why does he look like a goddamn fucking snowman?
I don't know, but I mean, he's got the bubbly muscles, and I mean, he's got that 6-pack down there.
He has bigger boobs than I do.
I don't know why they want to envision their Jesus as being this strong motherfucker like that, but I mean, it's not like they were lifting weights and doing steroids out in the Middle East at that time.
That was a lot.
Bear Witness says we need to start a web page with misinformation and see how many ridiculous cures we can get people to take. Nothing really dangerous though. Let's see. I heard that if you do a dance around your house 7 times and then shove 12 peanuts up your ass, you will be protected against COVID.
Don't shove peanuts up your ass, because then you'll probably have to end up going to the fucking emergency room and clogging up the goddamn ER, just like these assholes who won't get vaccinated.
I can just see it. Is that a Mr. Peanut doll? Like, from the Mr. Peanut?
Yeah, they've got Peanut Jr. now or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like Mr. Peanut died, but now they have the exact same guy. I don't know.
As a little.
I'm not really sure. No, he's older now. He
Oh.
looks just like the regular Mr. Peanut now.
Oh, he just grew into an. Okay, I see.
Yeah, like now he's a teenager or something, or young adult. Like he's already grown up to adult-sized Peanut.
Okay.
It's really stupid. I don't know why they did that.
I want to point out, though, the sexual nature of what's written on the back of this guy's truck. Now, just look at Jesus over there, right? He's sweating, at least, I don't know, from my point of view. It looks like he's sweating and everything like that. He's pinned up on the cross. It's like, Jesus is coming. Are you ready? And I just, anytime that's brought up, I just have to sit there and be like, phrasing! Jesus is coming. Jesus got nailed. He's into BDSM
You are
shit.
blessed by Christ,
And now he's
ma'am.
coming. Prepare your face.
Or sir. You are blessed.
Prepare your face to receive that holy splooge.
I mean, what I want to... Do you see how he's, like, broken the cross?
Yeah.
Like, if
I think they were drawing a popular image that's out there of buff Jesus.
Oh.
And basically it's buff Jesus on the cross, and he's like, "Gah!" and he's like broken it and shit.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
I'm not good at the what's the word? Pop culture.
Pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
That's one word. Yep.
I don't need your judgment.
No.
No.
All right, mafiosos. We got Brian Blackburn, who says he must do CrossFit. Of course he does.
I'm sorry. The old crow just said, "What is Jesus' safe word?" Are you ready for the best safe word that there is in existence? Are you ready?
Yeah.
GE knows it. Meatloaf. Think on that for a minute, and you'll appreciate it.
I really want to ruin it. Okay, here's why meatloaf is the best safe word.
But I won't do that.
No, I won't do that. I'd do anything for love.
But I won't do
But
that.
I won't do that. Kanan's got it. Anyways, y'all ready to get to Hitler UFOs with Jesus high-fiving them and Satan?
I mean, I'm ready.
You're ready?
I'm always ready for Gene Kim. Here's what I'm upset about. You don't have a whiteboard.
I don't have a whiteboard.
Where the fuck is your white? It's downstairs in the shame room.
It is downstairs in our shame room. That's right, honey.
Yeah.
Thanks. I know. All right, let's get on over to our review. The stage there.
Oh, people want to know about the shame room.
Huh?
People want to know what the shame room is.
Okay, You guys are wanting to know what the shame room is now. Okay.
Not the chain room, Jesus Vanta. That's the bedroom.
Okay, so for the shame room,
That's KC's money.
It's not.
For the shame room, what it is do you guys? I don't know how many of you guys have watched Friends, but Monica always kept all of the things that she couldn't categorize and file away and organize in this one closet that she just never opened. And I'm sure that there are like set reasons as to why they never opened it, but this is the fable that they made up for it. She keeps all of her shame in that closet because she can't figure out how to organize it. That's pretty much what one of the rooms in our house is right now.
Well, no. So we just moved not too long ago, right? And so the shame room is basically the room of shit we haven't unpacked yet. That's all it is. It's not shit we don't know how to categorize. Like there's craft stuff and holiday stuff and things like that. It's just stuff that we haven't unpacked yet.
No. I didn't mean that it was like stuff that we just can't put away or something like that.
Yeah.
I just meant that it's a place where we've stuffed everything that we haven't put away yet.
Yeah, stuff that we haven't unpacked and organized.
Sage Ohio says that's called hoarding.
It's not hoarding. It's stuff we will unpack. We just haven't done it yet. Jesus, it's not
public service announcement. Please do not hoard anything.
No.
That can be very dangerous.
Also, if you everybody should have a house with smoke detectors. Please check and make sure that your smoke detectors work. Family friends of ours, their entire family died in a house fire, and they were kind of hoarders. They had a lot of shit in their house and none of their smoke detectors worked. So make sure that your smoke detectors work. Check them. You should check them probably twice a year or something like that, but check them soon.
Yes, I agree. Public service announcements with GE and Casey. Anyways, here he is, the man himself, Dr. Gene Kim. Now, tonight, we're going to be taking a look at Dr. Gene Kim. He is going to be explaining how the Bible shows us that there is a hollow earth, that Jesus visited there, that demons have taken over the underworld now, as of now, and also Hitler lives there.
This is a lot of fun.
Just take it in. Yep. There's not really much to refute. We're just, we're pretty much just going to comment on the craziness as it unfolds.
I'll be honest. I would actually really love to meet Gene Kim.
I would not.
He seems delightful.
Oh man! All right, let's see what he has to say.
It actually talks about a civilization underneath the earth. So whether you believe it or not, it is a biblical fact that there is a residence, a habitat, living situation that lies beneath our earth.
So he starts there. And now, of course, he makes this kind of statement, and now he's got to back it up. Of course, not with actual facts. Remember what he said. Biblical facts.
Yeah, but I mean, what would be what would you expect my favorite part of the video to be? The people in the background, right? Because I'm the people in the background.
Yeah.
And there's the guy in the background who's like, "That's right."
Fuck yeah, what? Hollow Earth, yeah.
Bitch, no, that's not right. Stop.
So let's look at Luke chapter 16, verse 23. Didn't you know that paradise...
Let's see. I left this one in.
Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but every time you donate, the Lord cries.
Thank you, Mike Mick. Mike Mick says biblical fact is like alternate truths or alternative facts. I got that shirt somewhere. I think it's downstairs.
You have so many shirts. I don't even know where they are. Yeah. They're probably in the shame room.
This is Luke. And this is the parable of Lazarus. Now, in case you guys don't know, there are two different Lazaruses. There's two different Lazaris in the New Testament. One's in Luke that it did not actually exist and is only used as a teaching tool in order to explain certain aspects of the Christian theology. So it's a parable.
May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here.
Fucking right there, fair witness. And then in John, they have an actual Lazarus that is actually resurrected from the dead. The Lazarus in Luke is not resurrected from the dead because it would be pointless. Nobody would convert or believe in Jesus because he resurrected somebody. Who knew? But Luke 16:23 says, and in hell. Hold on. Let me here we go. Let me get this sign down. And in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torment, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom.
What?
So saith the Lord Jesus and shit. All right. So that's what Luke 16:23 is, and so I guess we're gonna let Gene Kim go back and explain. But first of all, Fair Witness says Kent Hoban's shame room is filled with self-loathing and those shitty little single-serve vodka bottles. Also, multiple whale peens all over the place. My guess is that he's got a really large version of like darts, maybe even lawn darts. No, he plays lawn darts with whale peens. They're like javelins.
I don't believe that he could even pick one of those up.
All right, let's get back to Gene Kim. We're only 22 seconds in.
Didn't you know that paradise used to be below the earth?
That's right.
No, Pastor, yeah.
That's right.
Believe it or not, there used to be a paradise that was below our earth.
Woot woot, Gene Kim! Fuck him up with the Lord! Woot woot!
Telling you, the peanut gallery is the best.
Yeah. So, in case you guys don't know, in Jewish theology and Jewish ideology, like everybody that dies goes to the same place. It's similar to the like the Greek idea of Hades. You know, that whole river where all the souls go and everything like that.
Fair money.
And you got to pay like the Styx Rivermen guy.
Maybe you should quit drinking all that beer, G.E.
Except in this one, you don't have to pay anybody to get down there. Anyways, so there's two different sections of basically Hades or hell. In this case, there's the Upper West Side that contains high-risers and like the rich fucks and everything like that. And then you've got the boonies, okay? The boonies out there where all the redneck, hick, hillbilly Jews, I guess, are at that are not favored by God and who do the dumb shit that get the Jews punished, which is a lot of the Jews. And so you've got high-rise area community that's controlled by their HOA and everything like that, and then you've got boony hillbilly area, okay?
And where's the lazy river of fire that you inner tube in?
Well, the lazy river of fire is actually between the two.
Oh,
they got to be separated. But like the boonies people, they can't get in on the lazy river.
What?
Yeah.
You know, hillbillies love tubing.
You know, you say that, and then I immediately think about how my dad took me tubing in Alabama. Just a full day of doing nothing but sitting in this one spot on the river in a tube.
And it was probably 9,000 degrees outside. It was probably hotter than Hades.
Yeah, I mean, it felt great.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so that's how hell was structured for the Jews. And so Gene Kim's going to tell us exactly what happens for Christians. Oh, wait, so sorry. We had Asexual Atheist who said Kent Hoban's shame room has a lot of kinds, too. Jane Pusicker says, does this follow the theory that Jesus went to hell for 3 days, then went to heaven? When I hear this theory, I think of that or Dante's Inferno. Well, we're about to get to it.
Was below our earth. There's a gulf between them. So Abraham and Lazarus, they are not in the exact same place where the rich man is being burnt alive. They are across the gulf where there's a place of comfort. So notice, here's the point. The point is, there's a place of comfort and there's a place of torment that's located within the same area. Because they were communicating with each other. Not only that, it was in hell that it happened. But there was a certain part in hell that was a place of comfort, not a place of torment. What was that, Pastor? Well, look at Luke 23. It's paradise. It's paradise. Look at Luke 23. So notice in Luke chapter 23, verse 43, when Jesus died on that cross, he said, this very day when I die, today, you're going to see me in paradise. So this person is going to be a saved saint in the afterlife. So he's going to go to paradise today when they died. At that day, where did Jesus go? Jesus, after he died, went down below the earth and then went up. So when Jesus said, today you're going to be with me in paradise, why? He had to go down before he went up. This makes sense then. If Jesus led the saved saints up, out from the lower part of the earth, it makes sense what? He took paradise up with him.
So just so that you guys know, this so far is one particular interpretation of the New Testament. I'm not saying that it's the most correct thing, but they definitely have in the New Testament like this whole idea of Jesus going down into hell and then going back up into heaven, like pulling all the saved people out of hell, because there were people that were saved by God in the afterlife, and so Jesus had to first carry them up into heaven, and then I guess establish paradise up there. So that's pretty much what he's going over here. I don't have much to say about it just because I don't really look into that all that much. Although Bart Ehrman does have a good book. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard that it's good, called Heaven and Hell, where he kind of discusses what the mainstream idea is on how heaven and hell sort of came into what they are now, especially in ancient times. So if you really want to learn more about this particular subject area, go and read his book. I've got it on my list to listen to on audiobooks, but I haven't made it there yet. So definitely check that out.
Can we appreciate, though, the fact that Jesus went down and then went up? Because that's the best way to do it, gentlemen and ladies, depending on.
I mean, I don't know. I start at the top and then go down.
Okay.
Because what's the point of having a paradise down there unless there are the saved saints in it? So he took that up with him. So we saw right here where paradise was below the earth. But much later now, after that, it's now up. There is a being who is the angel, the king of hell. Who is that? Is that Jesus Christ? No, that's blasphemy. You're right. It's Satan, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon. But in the Greek tongue hath this name Apollyon. So notice right here, it's the name of Satan here. It's a satanic, demonic being. Is that Jesus Christ? No. Now, what's the important teaching here? Because, my friend, a lot of people are confusing Satan with Jesus Christ. Right. They are confusing heaven with hell.
That's right.
Is it?
That's right. That's what the guy in the background says. That's right.
That's right. Fuck yeah, Gene Kim. Fuck him up with Jesus.
I mean, we came for Gene Kim, but we stay for the dude in the background.
Listen, donating this much money only secures your seat in hell.
Alex Baranowski says, why was it good enough to be saved for Jesus to go down to hell and rescue you, but now you have to accept Jesus as your savior? Well, prior to that point, Jesus hadn't died, and so basically God just sort of stuffed them in the nice corner of the room of hell until Jesus could come and die and, I guess, pull their asses up to heaven. And since Jesus has already done that, there's no need to do it again, I guess. All you got to do is accept Jesus and you'll go directly to heaven. You don't pass go or collect $200. You just go directly to sucking his dick.
I mean, it depends on what religion you are, if that's accurate or not.
So I love the shit-eating grin that he has on his face right now.
I was just going to mention that. Check out his smug.
He's like, yep, see? What did I tell you? Jesus did it. And the guy in the back's like, yeah, you're fucking right. Jesus did it. Fuck yeah.
He's very excited. The guy in the background is very excited to be there.
He's the kind of guy that's like a Dwight Schrute, I'm guessing. He's just in the back. He's like, fuck yeah. And he like kicks over a chair and everything. And Kim's like,
calm your tits, Jim. I don't know. I've named the guy in the background Jim.
Jim?
Yeah.
Using heaven with hell. There's no paradise below the earth. It's gone. God made it, sure. He said it is up. But surprisingly, there's a lot of people who think that this great God and these supreme celestial beings, the good guys, they're below the earth.
Y'all can't see KC, but she getting down with it.
What?
Look, Krizia Cosplay says this guy gives terrible directions. Yes, there's a lot of people stuck on the freeway between heaven and hell. Sorry, gonna miss the show. Have pain issues. Don't sniff the glue this man is offering. Thank you so much there, Look, Krizia.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah, Look, Krizia. I hope you feel better, and I guess we'll see you next week or whenever you can catch another stream.
You know, they may be lost, but Jesus is dropping it like it's hot on the side of the highway.
I feel like that could go two different directions. Either he's like booty dancing or he's just taking a shit. He's dropping it like it's hot.
I mean, I guess it depends. I guess it depends on if he needed horse dewormer. See, and that's how you circle back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one day they will come to mankind and open up their kingdom on earth, and we should welcome them with open arms. And this king of the celestial place below the earth, we should welcome him with open arms. We believe it is hell that is below the earth. So there are two particular beliefs that...
So just to summarize here, he thinks that the hollow earth is filled with demons and Satan now because Jesus has gone down there and pulled all the saints out of hell and into heaven. He's relocated paradise into heaven. And so now it's pretty much just populated by Satan and his demons, which I almost unfortunately merged Satan and demons into one word. Being
all of the Siemens.
All the Siemens were pulled or are stuck below the earth. But so that's the picture that he's painting. He definitely thinks that there is a hollowness to the earth in one fashion or another. And what's populated there are demons. Demons are in the center of the earth. So that's what he thinks.
I just don't understand. You have to be so absolutely scientifically illiterate to think this.
Yeah, he actually he does go through like the quote unquote scientific evidence.
He does not. He doesn't.
He at least feigns trying to handle it. But well, he's about to get to more into the crazier shit here in a second.
Came out. So originally, it is claimed a lot of people believe that the earth was hollow. So in other words, the earth is not completely solid. It is hollow. There's an empty space. Why? Because hell is in there. So that's why there are these people who come up with the belief called the hollow earth. There are many...
I don't think that the hollow earth was necessarily started by Christians. I feel like it's just another like crazy ass belief. And it's actually been explored a little bit in the most recent Godzilla and Kong
yes,
movie.
that was very cool.
It was very cool. Not scientific in the least bit, but it was very cool. And so I mean he's sitting here thinking that there's definitely a hollow earth that's filled by demons. Filled up by demons, and it's just I can't imagine being this woefully ignorant of just everything.
Well, so Cyrian said caves, which I mean, yeah, I guess that's hollowed out earth. Caves would be kind of that. But also, I mean, I agree with him when he says the earth is not solid. I mean, that's actually accurate because like magma is not solid, right? So,
Right.
I mean, I guess, I mean, that's not what he means. He doesn't mean like that's where hell is. But
No, I mean later on, actually, he does point out that that's hell.
oh, he thinks like the
2 Timothy, what the
Okay.
fuck ever? Shut the fuck up.
all right.
Elizabeth Richardson says, I wonder if anybody just got up and left when he said that shit. No. They hook, line, sinker, and their nose is directly up his ass. You can hear it in the crowd. That one guy's back there like, fuck yeah, Hollow Earth. Ah!
To have went down below the earth and have seen the earth to be hollow. Now, here are statements that should scare you, and you should watch out for these deceptive doctrines and demonic beings and religions. Now, there are different religions who have claimed in the belief of a hollow earth and have met these beings, but they confuse the demons and the Antichrist with a good guy, with a celestial, heavenly, saintly being.
Okay, so I've had it for time's sake, because this is extremely long. The original video is. I've had to cut it down. What he's talking about is he's about to get into Admiral Byrd's personal journal or whatever, where he visited the Hollow Earth, and it gets crazy. Okay, but he when he goes into the Hollow Earth, what he meets there and who he meets there, he treats as if they're the good guys, and that's what he's talking about here. He's saying that they treat them like they're the good guys, and you'll see what I mean.
Saintly being. There is one controversial diary written by Admiral Byrd. Admiral Byrd, he was a respected admiral, and he was...
May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here.
Dave Lee says, I get the feeling that some of his followers show up at church with their underwear on the outside of their outfit.
Famously known for his flights. He claimed to have flown over the North Pole, the regions surrounding there. Here's his testimony concerning the issue. Some have wondered if Admiral Byrd really wrote that diary or if it's a fake. But I'm going to give you the account of what this person claimed to have been in the Hollow Earth.
Okay, so I like here in his sermon how he's like, it's been said that this is all bullshit and that it's a forgery and it's not real. But I'm just going to give you the information anyways. But if you'll notice how he set it up, in the cuts that I've made, how he set it up and then how he's going to talk about it here in a minute, he totally thinks that this is real. And he uses it as an example of how we're trying to, I guess, welcome the Antichrist into this world. And it's really fucking strange.
It is green with either moss or a type of tight-knit grass. The light here seems different. I cannot see the sun anymore. We make another left turn and we spot what seems to be a large animal of some kind below us. It appears to be an elephant. No, it looks more like a mammoth. This is incredible, yet there it is. Decrease altitude to 1,000 feet and take binoculars to better examine the animal. It is confirmed. It is definitely a mammoth-like animal. Report this to base camp. Ahead, we spot what seems to be a city. This is impossible. Aircraft seems light and oddly buoyant. The controls refuse to respond. Off our port and starboard wings are a strange type of aircraft. They are closing rapidly alongside. They are disc-shaped and have a radiant quality to them. They are close enough now to see the markings on them. It is a type of swastika. This is fantastic.
This sounds like Coast to Coast AM. I am enthralled.
I mean, it sounds like he's reading kind of like a shitty sci-fi screenplay where somebody is pitching like a movie and but it's presented as like a journal of Admiral Byrd or something, and it sounds so ridiculous. I especially like it when he's like, "Oh, it's a swastika. This is fabulous." Why would that be fabulous? Why would anybody think if they saw a flying saucer with a swastika on it that it would be fabulous? I kind of feel like it's a Rick and Morty episode, which I know that you're not going to get this, but there's a Rick and Morty episode where Rick constantly gets like downloaded into these new bodies in different dimensions, right? In different parallel universes. Every single time he jumps into a new body, it's a fascist Nazi type of like world where they're just always Nazis and they're always fascists. And I feel like that's what's happened here. Like apparently Admiral Byrd has went into a dimension where the Nazis developed UFOs or flying saucers, and now he's like, "Oh, this is amazing, Nazis!"
This makes me want to watch Sliders.
Yeah. Part of it that I've cut out, just so that you guys know, apparently Byrd describes whoever is in these aircraft and whoever's in this civilization that he sees as speaking with a Germanic kind of accent. So basically, they're Germans, and even when they go to leave, the Germans say, "Auf Wiedersehen!" And I mean, it's just, now keep in mind, he thinks this is real. He tries to like circumvent it a little bit at the beginning by saying, "Some say this is all bullshit." Everybody says that it's bullshit except for people like him. So
this is like Matt Powell with the pterodactyl article. Like this is 2.0 of that bullshit.
Well, I mean, considering that this guy was before Matt Powell, it's actually Matt Powell who's 2.0.
But Matt Powell did it first.
No,
unless this
video did it first.
Oh, this video is like that old?
Oh, yeah. The original video that I actually trimmed down it is on my channel originally, and it's got about 30,000 views or something on it, but it was, I had sent it to him at Meta like back in 2017 or maybe it was 2016 or 2015.
Kim? Huh? Gene Kim?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this has been out for a while. This is an old video.
Oh, okay.
But so it was definitely, he's the 1.0.
So he's like pre Matt Powell with super dumb shit.
Yes.
Got it.
Where are we? What has happened? I tug at the controls again. They will not respond. We are caught in an invisible vice grip of some type. Now what happens? He starts communicating with these beings. One of my hosts speaks. "Have no fear, Admiral. You are to have an audience with the master." I don't know about...
I love how he speaks like Robin Williams when he was like, Mork.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Now I'm just now noticing this. When, before this point, something that I cut out was him talking about how they spoke with a Germanic accent, but now he's speaking more robotically. I guess like he thinks aliens would speak.
Yeah, Alex earlier said Nazi aliens. So.
Yeah.
Admiral, you are to have an audience with the master. I don't know about you, but Jesus Christ is the master. He's my master.
Amen.
Master,
Amen,
the tempest is raging, the billows are tossing high. He's the master. Oh, no, stay away from me. I was once a child of the devil, but no longer. But I don't know about this wicked world. They are the children of Satan, if you're lost.
Our Meatloaf rendition was better.
Yeah, it was. So that's the creepy singing for this episode. He normally breaks out in some kind of song at some point in his sermon. It always comes up unnaturally, or I guess naturally in this case, because he was connecting it with, you know,
Nazis?
Jesus being his master.
Oh.
This seems like a weird BDSM thing, though.
I mean, don't shame people for their kinks. It's fine.
I'm not trying to shame him for the BDSM kink. I'm just saying that he's got it. Like, I don't think it's shameful to have it, but
he
just
would
seems
not.
Weird coming from him.
He would not admit it.
He would not admit.
Do you think he's the? Never mind.
Stagno Demort says Rick and Morty season 5 finale spoilers. We know.
Maybe you should quit drinking all that beer, GE.
We know Rick created the central finite curve, but he didn't exclude the universes with fascists. I hope that's not. If that's a spoiler, Stagno, I'm gonna be pissed.
Nobody in the chat consents to Dr. Kim BDSM.
No, nobody consents to Dr. Kim BDSM. Got it.
The children of Satan, if you're lost. Now, this is just one of the people who claim to have gone to the underworld or the hollow earth. So this is, notice some weird stuff, some very weird stuff going along right here. Now, scientists, because they know that the Christians teach about the doctrine of hell, supposedly they have disproven it. How? We found out that the earth is completely solid, it's not hollow. So during the Dark Ages, where Christian drawings, Christian Catholic of course, you know, where they taught stories and told stories about people finding tunnels and caves, going down to the underworld, and supposedly have seen hell below the earth. So the Christianity has always taught a hollow earth, and thus we have disproved the God of the Bible.
So no, it wouldn't be so we've disproved the God of the Bible. That's not what anybody says. I think that you could look at how ahistorical the Bible is and you could disprove like the Christian God, or you could look at the internal logic within the theology and that would disprove that God. There's several different ways, but definitely not, oh, the earth isn't hollow, therefore God don't exist. Like, that's not something that anybody ever proposes. Now, what?
Nobody even addresses this shit because it's so dumb.
Right. So just to let you guys know, like the celestial realm was a very real place to the Jews and the early Christians. Like before we understood that there were planets and everything like that. Well, the Jews were a little bit behind, like, the Greeks and everything like that in this particular like cosmic type of way. But basically the Jews had this sort of cosmology and understanding of the earth and the cosmos, that the earth had the firmament that covered it, right? And on top of it, was the celestial realm.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was a physical place. That's why they tried to build the Tower of Babel in order to get up to the firmament.
Yeah, they did.
They felt like if they could get up there, then they could just go directly to God and kick his ass, I guess.
Straight to God.
Fucking straight to God.
Sorry, I'm being your...
No, you're the peanut gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm your cheering section.
Shit over. But anyways, so these were physical places. And so the Jews and subsequently the Christians also thought that the celestial realm up above the earth was a physical place that you could get to, where there were like human bodies and fleshly bodies and everything like that were very physical that you could touch. But also there was Sheol, or hell, Hades. In fact, in some, I don't know if you know this, honey, but in some translations of the Bible, it actually uses the word Hades when referencing hell. And so the hell, Hades, this was a physical place. So they definitely did think that the earth was hollow and that there was this firmament on the top of the earth that was a physical place that you could get to. And that's where demons and Satan would have resided, like on top of the earth. And then apparently they went to hell for some reason. But anyways, that's that.
You know, it's not a problem for us because let me tell you scientific fact. Scientific fact.
Oh, scientific fact now. Let's get it going. Fucking scientific fact here.
From Dr. Gene Kim.
From Dr. Gene Kim, who printed his shit out from the internet.
Not conspiracy theory, not hollow earth belief, no nothing, all right? Scientific fact. Scientific fact, you got a core in the earth. And that core is blazing hot. You got an outer core and an inner core. Now, do you think God was kidding?
No, okay, I have to commend him. Those are scientific facts. There's an inner core and there is an outer core.
Look at that. The sumbitch said something right.
I mean, that is scientific fact. Let's see where he goes with it, though.
About the lake of fire, and that when you are tormented in there, you are tormented in there. Let me tell you another thing. A soul is not like the body. This body is completely solid with blood and bones and muscle, but my soul inhabits inside it and has no problem. A soul has no problem to inhabit inside the core of the earth.
So basically, if you die and you go to hell, you go to the core of the earth where your spirit is burned alive forever. And I guess you kind of become the fuel for the earth. Maybe? I don't know.
I mean, I guess I would be fine with that. So what part of the core? Like the inner core is the solid, right?
Yeah.
And then the outer core is liquid.
Mm-hmm.
So which part? Like, do you go to the liquid part to burn?
It's liquid metal,
right?
And I don't know.
Okay.
But see, here's the thing: if I don't understand why because the whole idea of hell is that you burn in the lake of fire for eternity, right? Like you're writhing in pain. If it's your soul that goes to the center of the earth to burn in the core, whether it's the outer core or the inner core. Which you can't burn at the inner core. It would have to be the outer core, I guess, the where it's the liquid metal.
I mean, if you were in the inner core, you'd just be like, what's the asshole in Star Wars that gets stuck in the wall? Or is that Indiana Jones?
No. You're talking about Anakin Skywalker who gets burned on the lava planet?
No, the guy that gets stuck in the wall, the metal, like...
The guy... Okay, so...
It's Harrison Ford.
Okay. Then you're talking about Indiana Jones and the I believe it's the Temple of Doom.
No, I don't think so.
Not Temple of Doom.
Jason knows what's up. Han Solo. He gets stuck in the wall. Like he's
you're talking about he's frozen in carbonite.
Whatever. Is that not metal? I don't do Star Wars.
I know. Okay, so there's a part where Alfred Molina in the Indiana Jones and the Ark of the Covenant, Raiders of the Ark. There's a part in there where Alfred Molina gets impaled on a wall, and so I thought you were mentioning that because being frozen in carbonite is not a wall.
Well, whatever. It looked like he was in the wall.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Anyways, I don't understand why a spirit is going to burn in the center of the earth, in the outer core of the earth, of the center of the earth. I don't understand how a spirit burns there if they're not corporeal. They don't have flesh and blood and all this other stuff.
And nerve endings.
And nerve endings. Like, I don't understand how that affects them.
Although Gene Kim gets on my nerves whether I'm corporeal or not.
Also, does that mean that the center of the earth is haunted by just tons of non-Christians? Like every person that was non-Christian before. Also, how does this factor into his whole idea earlier about how God sequestered the good people in hell from the bad people, and the good people were living on the Upper West Side in the skyrises with the HOA stuff, and I guess the other people were, swimming in the outer core?
I'm so sorry. People who have an HOA are living in their own kind of hell.
That's why Jesus saved them from the HOAs.
I guess bless him for that.
But I don't really understand how this view now really meshes with his view from the beginning of the video, where apparently God had set up paradise in the center of the earth, and had just, separated the two different groups so that Jesus could come and get the good group later. Like, I don't know how that works out with them just being spirits now. It seems like he's holding very contradictory beliefs here. We got the Ruined Warrior.
That's saves money.
Who says stuck in the wall.
That's what it looks like. I'm just saying.
Inhabit inside the core of the earth.
What?
Sirian just said, I thought GE said you're in an HOA. We are. That's how I know.
Yep. It's our own personal hell.
Yeah.
Amen. Ooh, so much for science.
Amen. Ooh, so much for science. Hell yeah, brother.
You're turning into that karate chop apologist.
The martial apologist.
Whatever.
Hell yeah, brother.
Now you just turned into Christ. It's not coming to me.
Savage.
Oh, that's not who I was thinking of. You did the
Hulk
brother,
Hogan?
Hulk Hogan. That's it.
Yeah, snap into a Slim Jim. That's Randy Savage.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
So whether it's hollow earth or solid earth, it does not matter to a believer. We filter out theory and science through the lens of Scripture and find out what's real science, what's really a conspiracy fact, and what's really scriptural.
Timothy, what the fuck ever? Shut the fuck up.
So they use the Bible as a lens, which I don't have a Bible like put it over my face, but they use a Bible as a lens to sort out science, the real science, and conspiracy facts.
What is a conspiracy fact?
I don't know.
I'm intrigued.
Because there's no conspiracy, there are no conspiracies out there, like the crazy conspiracy theories that we're talking about, that are conspiracy facts. I mean, all conspiracy theories are based on nuggets of truth, which they themselves are facts, but I just don't see any conspiracy facts. Like, those are just facts. The conspiracy facts would be like Project Blue Light was meant to confuse us that Jesus had come back and was going to start the New World Order. Like that right there, if that were true, would be a conspiracy fact, I guess.
Michael Meseros asked if you can use holy water to make ice cubes for drinks. I wouldn't.
No, we read there's a study done on holy water
about how contaminated it is.
Yeah, it's like 33% or something like that shit water.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Teresa Minnesota said, snap into a communion wafer.
Oh yeah, get saved by Christ and drink his blood.
You know, I feel like if they did shit like that, they'd be more entertaining and more people would stay. But instead, they got to be hateful.
Are you kidding? One of the best, like, I guess, services that I think that I could ever attend would be the services where they baptize people, but they do it like fucking professional wrestlers, where they have the dude standing there at the edge of like this trough, and you got this burly motherfucker back there that's like, and he like runs at him, spears him, and slams his ass into the water, giving him a concussion. He's got to go to the hospital immediately because he's puked his guts up. Like
the best baptisms are the ones down here in the South, in the rivers, because then you're already in the river, so you can just go spelunking right after. Mm-hmm.
I would not want to go spelunking in the river. I mean, you do it in the wrong place, you're getting your ass bitten off by like an alligator. Like, can you imagine doing that shit down in Florida? Like, let's do this in the river.
I wouldn't do spelunking.
Oh, fuck no. There, Pastor, I've seen what happened to Larry last week. He lost 2 nuts.
No, I mean like Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, that kind of shit. And you get baptized, you're filled with Jesus, and then you can go spelunking and he'll protect you, right? Yeah. So you won't get your hand bit off by a catfish.
Ooh, here's a good idea for some extreme baptism. Okay? All right, so down here in Alabama, we got Smith Lake, okay? Smith Lake has several cliffs, right? if you really want to get baptized really, really good, what you got to do is you gotta have the blessing and everything like that occur on top of one of these cliffs. And then you get that big burly motherfucker up there to spear you off the cliff, take you down into the water, and be like, by the power of Christ, I compel you! Like, as you're going into the water, and he will definitely meet Jesus.
That would be a lot.
That would be awesome. I might actually pay $1.99 to see that happen.
And then we could go tubing.
Go tubing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome. Anyway, I forget where we even got off on talking about baptism and shit.
What do we believe in? There is a hell below the earth. And the beings, and we believe there are demonic beings or strange, weird creature-like beings below the earth. We certainly believe in that.
He believes in the lizard people, y'all. Or I guess maybe aliens that inhabit the earth? I don't know. For some reason, randomly throughout the year, people will start searching up Alex Collier. And I've actually got a couple of live streams on my channel here where we go over and discuss his crazy ideas about the moon and how the moon is actually an orbital station for aliens, and they kidnap kids, from the Earth. And I'll randomly get people that comment on it, but this feels something like that. Like, oh, the lizard people in the center of the Earth are definitely real, and they might be aliens. We don't know.
Okay, so I used the wrong word. It's not spelunking. Spelunking is like crazy shit in caves, which might actually work out for Kim. But it's noodling.
Noodling?
Yeah, Hellbound Hillbilly corrected my error. The catfish, where you go and you stick your hand in the holes to get the catfish, that's noodling.
That. I was like noodling, like where you
yes, but I said spelunking. I meant noodling. That's what I meant.
And guess what? They're the bad guys. They're not the good guys. Now, you notice that from Admiral Byrd's diary, or the person who claimed himself to be that you notice there are some German references or Nazi references associated with it. So there are some theorists who have claimed that Hitler, he didn't really die. It's a pretty wild, but they believe that Hitler, after he lost the war, him and some of the remaining Nazis, or some of the remaining Nazis, what they did is that they fled into Antarctica, found one of those caves and tunnels, and then they went down there, and then that's where they lived among the civilization over there, and they had advanced technology. That's the claim.
Kim needs to watch Hunting Hitler, because the Nazis went to South America, not fucking Antarctica.
Yeah, now there was at least one mission that the Nazis carried out, to investigate the Hollow Earth claims, because I looked this up prior. There were a few top advisors to Hitler that did believe in the Hollow Earth. Now, to be fair, these people also believed in the actual magical witch cult things, like black occult, black magic shit, I guess. So I mean, they were already kind of out there, so it's not really all that kind of crazy to think that these right-wing conspiracy theorists that made their way into the government thought that there was a Hollow Earth. That doesn't really surprise me. It also doesn't surprise me that they even invested, even if it was just one mission, investigated it. That wouldn't surprise me at all either. But yeah, if you actually look at the evidence for Nazis after World War II, they definitely went to South America. They made their way to South America using U-boats and stuff like that. They went to South America, and they pretty much lived out their lives there. The Hunting Hitler show, that I believe it's on Amazon.
Is awesome.
Is that Amazon?
I think so. I think it's on Prime.
It's on Amazon. Basically, they just followed all of the evidence of Nazis after World War II. And they have swastikas and Nazi shit pop up in the randomness.
All over
places.
South America.
All over South America, over Portugal and Spain. they just popped up everywhere. So
it's actually a really interesting series. It's based on a so they started out because there's very little evidence that Hitler actually died in the bunker. And so they look for evidence that maybe he didn't. But aside from like that part of it, I learned so much watching that series. It was very, very cool. If you have Prime, check it out. Hunting Hitler.
There is no doubt that Hitler and the Nazi Party, they were completely demon-possessed. That's right. Now, here's something you got to keep in mind. People who are infatuated with the doctrines of the devil, they're going to get infatuated with that kind of stuff.
I like how he's painted Hitler as being just totally overrun with demons. I mean, he, for all intents and purposes, he was a type of Christian. Like he spoke favorably about Jesus and the Christian religion in a number of his speeches. So to say that he wasn't Christian is a little ridiculous. But also, I guess he's wanting to paint Hitler as being, demon possessed because of the fact that he's just a horrible person. And they would just play the game with, oh, he was just pretending to be that way. He wasn't really a Christian. He was just pretending. He was putting on a show. That's what they always say. And I think that it's kind of bullshit to play that kind of no true Scotsman.
And it is a historical fact, Hitler was obsessed and infatuated with the hollow earth. And he wanted his scientists and his soldiers to get caught up in that. See, when you get involved with...
There's actually no evidence that Hitler thought anything about the flat or the hollow earth. Definitely, we have stuff from top aides to Hitler that believed in it, but at least in the cursory investigation that I did into this topic, which would pretty much amounted to a Google search and then a look at a somewhat reasonable source, there's only speculation as to what Hitler actually believed about this particular topic. So there's no real evidence to suggest that he believed it, but there were definitely Nazis that were high up in his organization that believed in it.
Demons, you get involved with crazy stuff, man. Now what's quote unquote scientists, falsely so-called, and the educated world, they just assume Hitler's a loony bin and that he's crazy and stupid, so all this stuff was crazy and stupid.
Well, I mean, it is all crazy and stupid, but not because Hitler's a loony bin. Also, Hitler's dead. That's what people think about Hitler right now. I mean, regardless of whether or not Hitler died in his bunker in Berlin, Hitler's definitely dead by now. And so to think that there are scientists now who are like, oh, he's just crazy, so therefore Hollow Earth's crazy. That's not like... The Hollow Earth is crazy on its own merits, meaning like the fact that it doesn't have any merit at all, and it's only proposed by crazy fucking people that are working off of this one particular Admiral Byrd's personal diary that reads a lot like a scientific screenplay, not scientific, but sci-fi screenplay, and then they might pull out the whole treaty. The Antarctic Treaty, or the Arctic Treaty, maybe. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, several nations signed it saying that we would only use Antarctica for scientific research purposes, and that people just can't go, walking around, the Antarctic. So they might pull that out, but I mean, that's completely reasonable. Plus, nobody has any business being there. I mean, I wouldn't want to go to the Antarctic. I mean, that place is fucking cold.
Yeah, I don't want to go walking around down there. I don't even want to go to Ohio.
She's from Ohio.
That's pretty much why I don't want to go there. But the point was those snow. Like, when I was growing up, there was a lot of snow in Ohio.
because they ignore the spiritual world. But Bible-believing Christians, we know Hitler is crazy and stupid. You know why? Because that's a sign of demon possession. What happens is this: we know it's deeper than that. What we know is this man who was obsessed with power dabbled with spiritual things that was really wicked and heinous, that messes up your mind, and then you start to get infatuated where demons come from, and you want that power. And that's what Hitler did. So this kind of statement is not something to be ignored about what Hitler and Nazis did. What this should be taken into account is what Hitler did, men obsessed with power, what they would get into. And what you would get into if you want power is demonic things.
Demonic things is what you get into if you want power. But I like the circular logic that he kind of used right there, because it's like, we know Hitler is crazy and delusional because we think he is demonically possessed, and when you're demonically possessed, you are stupid and delusional. Like, it just sort of makes a full circle there with his logic.
I mean, Gene, come on now. If that's your criteria for demon possessed, stupid and delusional,
He's
pop
possessed
meat,
as fuck.
pop meat kettle, bitch.
Pot meat kettle. Yeah, good point there, honey. Yes, pot meat kettle, motherfucker. Oh man, but anyways, that's gonna be the video for tonight. Let me pop back over here. We are about to go into the Skeptic Mafia comments, which, if you guys don't know, Skeptic Mafia here gets to watch the video before we watch it on Friday nights. They get to leave their 2 cents, and then I go over their comments, read them on stream, and kind of talk about their comments and discuss it a little bit. Normally, you get a lot of great information out of it.
Are you sure them getting to watch the video ahead of time is a perk?
I mean,
because I'm not actually sure that that's true.
if they didn't want to watch it, they wouldn't.
That's true.
They also wouldn't vote for the video, because I put up a poll to where they can vote for a video. Now, I don't exactly tell them the full context of the video. Like, I didn't tell them that it was Dr. Gene Kim tonight. But I just said that it was Jesus proves the hollow earth and Hitler lives there, or something like that. Alex Baranowski said this was not what I voted for. Elizabeth Richardson, though, a little while ago sent a super chat saying he's so smug and his face is so punchable. Yeah, I don't like Dr. Gene Kim either. He boils my blood a little bit there. But if you've made it this far, please consider smashing that like button. It really helps us out with the algorithm here. Also, consider leaving a comment with what you think about Hollow Earth theory, Nazis being aliens that live in the center of the earth and are controlled by demons, I guess, or the idea that Jesus proves a hollow earth. Let me know down below in the comments. And while you're down there, why don't you subscribe if you're not already subscribed? I don't know why you wouldn't be subscribed. This is awesome! Every Friday night, we get to watch a dumb fucking video, and you get to hear me rant and curse, and sometimes KC will get on a mic.
Very rarely.
It's awesome!
But you usually hear me in the background.
Yeah, well, not... I mean, the way that I get the mic set up, you don't really hear you all anymore. I have to...
Well,
in the background.
Oh, yeah, since we moved. Yeah, since we moved.
Yeah.
I like it that way.
Well, you had a lot to say tonight.
That's because you stuck a mic in my face. Do you know how much longer it takes so much longer for us to do a stream? Well, you to do a stream when I'm over here talking.
Well, honey, it wasn't going any faster when I was having to repeat what you were saying while you were over there on the couch.
I don't say as much when I'm over there. That face, though.
No.
I don't really need your shit.
Anyways, Casey always has a mic. I'm just saying, it's always there for her. Anyways, we're about to go into the Skeptic Mafia comments. If you want to stick around, we'd appreciate it. If not, I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. I am going to be playing some video games this weekend like nobody's business. I do have 2 videos to record for next week. Got to figure out what those are going to be. But if you will, have a great weekend, and don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens.
Bye, y'all.
But don't go because we get the Skeptic Mafia comments. Dominic Leland asked which games or what games. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite here lately. I've been doing somewhat decent at it at times. I might play that a little bit, but I'm also working on The Ascent and a few other games.
If you care, I play this game where I clean the whole house and make dinner.
I offer to help, and I help sometimes. But we've got some. So we got comments here. We do not have any that are held for review. Thankfully.
No, I already checked. Yeah.
Okay. Let me get this set up, and then we'll be on over comments quick.
Elizabeth Richardson said worst game ever. I actually like to clean. I don't really actually like to clean, but I like to clean because then my house is always clean and I love having a clean house. So
I try to clean and then just try not to mess things. Sometimes I succeed.
Sometimes. But I wouldn't trade you.
No?
No.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Even though some dick stick in the fucking comments said that you must be in a loveless marriage because you don't have God. He's not in the comments anymore.
No?
No.
Man, I can't think of any reason why God would be necessary to have a loving marriage. Like, I just don't even understand that. It's weird. It's almost like it doesn't matter if I believe in God or not. Or you believe in God.
Almost.
Good without God, motherfucker. Fuck off. Anyways, we've got Daniel M here. What's up there, Daniel? He's got something to say. Hold on. So we got Daniel M. I tell you what, this guy is entertaining for nothing else. If nothing else. Apparently, he actually has a congregation. I can't say I blame them, though. I can imagine them going to church saying, what'll this asshole say next? I wonder if anyone has ever pressed him to say what version of Satan is true. The T-Rex Satan, old-fashioned Satan, or some other crazy one.
There's a T-Rex Satan?
Yeah, you remember we did a live stream on it? He said that T-Rex Satan is going to come at the end of the world and eat everybody.
What? Who said that?
Dr. Jean Kim.
Oh, see, like, I don't commit any of this shit to memory.
Oh, okay.
I've got important things to remember. I don't have time for this shit. In and out.
In and out. Last Friday, I was hanging a fly strip in the dining room because somehow flies get in this time of year. David was eating breakfast, and I told him I had to be careful so I don't get caught. I asked him if he thinks I could get out if I did get caught in the fly strip. He said, yes. I asked what happens if I get out? He said, you'll win the golden power of veto. Join the Skeptic Mafia, play with cool emojis, listen to the podcast, and help charity. GE can tell you all about it. Also, you will have a very good life when you join. I hope
I
that's
love
true.
that kid.
Yeah, David's pretty cool. But yeah, so there's a podcast that we post this week. It was a little late. Next week, hopefully I can get it out on time.
It was late?
Yeah, I was just a little bit lazy on uploading it and shit.
Oh, okay.
I got it done on Thursday instead of Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't we record it for Tuesday?
No, not for Tuesday. Tuesday is the Bible study that we do. Wednesday is the Skeptic Mafia podcast, and Thursday is the normal response video.
Sorry, I thought we did the Skeptic Mafia podcast on the same day as the Bible study. Is that not how that works?
I used to, but then I switched it up a little bit.
When did that happen?
Myself a little bit of time in between.
When did that happen?
I don't know, like a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay, so it just recently happened.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. I was like, where the fuck have I been?
But anyways, yeah, join the Skeptic Mafia if you can. It'd be awesome if you did. But if not, that's cool too. You still get all the same great content from GE that you would normally. You just don't get the extra content. That's all. Wizard of Oz says, what's the difference between a preacher and a used car salesman? I don't know either. Yeah, they both sell you bullshit, I think is what the point is. Cadence says, who the fuck takes this guy seriously? He makes Ben Shapiro's theories seem sane.
To be fair, I only take him seriously when he has a whiteboard.
Yeah.
So this sermon was a waste.
Was it? It was just a total waste?
Yes, because he didn't have the whiteboard. The whiteboard is where the Kim magic is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, honestly, I would really love to have just a full album of Ben Shapiro just quoting rap songs.
No, I want nothing of Ben Shapiro. Like, I cannot stand that guy's voice.
I mean, I could just imagine him singing one of these rap songs like black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow,
black and
black
yellow.
and yellow. And it repeats for about 12 more verses.
I mean, I can do that for you. At least my voice is more palatable than Ben Shapiro.
But he's really got this whole stick up his ass kind of sound to him.
You know who can do a fake like stick up your ass voice? Shannon. I don't know why everything leads back to Shannon, because she's like Shannon is like my soul sister if souls were a real thing. She's like my spirit animal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, Cadence, for your comment. Zach Clark says, oh, goody, more conspiracy theory type stuff. Yeah, I don't really do that as much anymore. Primarily because there's not like a lot to talk about in it. It's just a whole bunch of crazy shit that doesn't make sense. So I don't really have much to refute it or say about it, because it's just like, oh, crazy shit. Now, the times when the crazy shit just has me rolling and I have a lot of thoughts about how crazy it is, those actually make for good things. This one tonight was a little dry, but it still, I mean, I've had it in my queue for a while, so I'm glad people wanted to see it. Vanta Blue says this guy is so good at making a word salad he could serve all vegans on the planet for years after just one speech. The more I listen, the less sense he makes, and I pity the people that listen to his entire speech. So the entire sermon is 53 minutes long.
Okay.
This was 11 minutes.
I don't know if I could have made it through 53 minutes of that bullshit.
I
Of course,
would
you know,
love-
Jim's over there. He is like, man, he's like monster drinking it, like, but not having a monster. Like Gene Kim is his Monster Energy drink, and he's just like sucking it up with a straw straight from the pulpit.
Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. All right. Next we got Michael W. Roble. Oh, but by the way, thank you so much, Fanta Blue. Michael W. Roble's next, saying this guy doesn't fill bingo cards, he obliterates them. He pushes all the dangerous religious ideas without once getting anywhere near the truth. Hitler was obsessed with the hollow earth? Citation need... Oh, who am I kidding? The pastor wouldn't know what a citation was if it kicked him in his furry little balls while shouting, "Evidence, you moron! Show us your evidence!" Have a pleasant weekend, y'all. Thank you there, Michael. I appreciate you. Quentin Van Boven says, what is Dr. Kim on and how can I get some? Dude is just straight up crazy. Who knew people were confusing Satan and Jesus? Not me. Anyway, insert a shilling here. In case you don't know, there's probably people putting emojis in the chat all night. Those are special emojis only available here on the Godless Engineer channel, and only if you become a Skeptic Mafia member at any of the tiers. So definitely think about joining the Skeptic Mafia so you can put up one of them, either the Pikachu or the lovely KC what the fuck face. Either one. They're both cute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something about my face is cute.
Yep.
The emoji.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm looking for something that's gonna be like super entertaining for you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Diamonds dripping on me. She know who the one. 2 seaters every season. and I just begun. Aquafina, she dripping puddles on a sunny day. Multi-million-dollar plays, and that's 100 ways.
What song is this?
It's DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled?
Khalid, featuring Big Sean, Rick Ross, and Travis Scott.
Oh, okay. So one of them other ones was saying it because all DJ Khaled is like, he's like, yeah,
Rick Ross,
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross.
It was Rick Ross.
It wasn't DJ Khaled.
It wasn't.
All right. Jonathan Nickel says, oh God, what did you guys subject us to this week? I can say that because I did not vote for this video. I'm wondering if you guys voted for the creationists, you and Alex, because the creationist this week would have been Matt Powell. Good old pterodactyl hunter himself. Biblical fact? You can't assert anything as a biblical fact unless you can show the Bible is factual. When are they going to get around to do that? He is making all sorts of assertions about the interior of our planet. Geoscientists have spent a great deal of time studying this planet. How come they haven't come across any underground civilizations? Could it be because they aren't there? Could be. If the Earth was hollow inside, perhaps this dipshit could explain where volcanoes come from and why our planet has a magnetic field. What he is saying is so ridiculous. I have to ask, if I were to hold his head to my ears, would I hear the sea? I would wager that it is his skull, not this world that is hollow. I am aware of Admiral Byrd's expedition, but I very much doubt that he met some hidden civilization under Antarctica. That sounds like conspiracy theory nonsense to me. Amazon has a book claiming to be the secret lost diary, but reviews say it's nothing more than a few entries taken out of context and a ton of unfounded speculation. Just like creationists, these conspiracy nutters will believe anything.
May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here!
Finally, we get some empty assertions about the Nazis, which means we can't invoke Godwin's law. We can invoke Godwin's law and dismiss their entire argument. We hadn't done so already, of course. I'd be more than happy to chuck this entire claim, along with its speaker, into the loony bin. What are you laughing at there?
What? It's the Dapper Dawn going on a trapathon, serving coked out food and kush. I call it a triathlon. In a red dawn with an Amazon, she pissed me off. I just found out she got her panties on.
Not a bad thing.
I don't know. That's Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane?
Hmm.
Oh, what's the one that Gucci Mane's known for?
I don't know.
There's one where he just repeats the same line for.
That's what you say happens in Black and Yellow, but that's not true.
I just remember I heard Black and Yellow, and the segment that I heard of Black and Yellow was just Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow. That's it.
And when I played it for you, you were wrong, weren't you?
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Urban Imposter says, had I known it would be this pile of stupid, I would not have voted for it. Dr. Dumbass here has clearly found some sort of new drug. Now, I'm sorry. When I posted this particular thing, I don't know how you could think that it would have more substance than this. Or not be as stupid, because when I posted it up, I said, Jesus proves the hollow earth, Hitler lives there. Like, I don't know where you expected the substance to come from, but I mean, I feel like I accurately described the video. Other than leaving out that it's quote unquote Dr. Gene Kim. The byproduct of said drug is enough methane to fuel several starships. Nowhere in this dude's insane rambling did any of that make any form of sense. +1 Shelley. Thank you, Urban Imposter. Hey, y'all should join the Skeptic Mafia today so you can help us donate to charities, because we're just shitty fucking people like that.
The shittiest.
The shittiest. We have to make up for previous
litigation?
I have no idea. I don't even give I live rent free in so many people's minds. I'm not even going to give them the time of day.
Trickster says this guy is the gift that keeps on giving, ain't he? Last time it was Jesus riding dinos, and now it's Hitler riding mammoths in the hollow earth. Oh, and paradise is in hell? Well, it was in hell, and then Jesus packed up his bags and took it to heaven, I guess. This guy is in is in his own little world, ain't he? I think so. He says Hitler, who I guess he's trying to say is living in the hollow earth, but I don't know. Kind of hard to follow him. He says Hitler was a demon and therefore stupid, but didn't this stupid demon usurp an entire country to his whims? Yeah. As for the rest of his dementia-induced fever dreams, it was like watching a ping pong match with how quickly he went from one subject to another. Get your brooms, everyone, I'm calling shenanigans. Next is Alex Baranowski. Alex says, another Dr. Kim video? Oh, come on, man. He should put a text of the verse on the screen so I can read it. I find it hard to understand him sometimes. This incoherent rambling is just sad. I do like the background. Quick plug. If you are in Colorado tomorrow, come to the CSU in Fort Collins. There's an event for the AG Bio people, and I will be there with some of my insects on display at the event. I'm looking forward to the stream. Insert 1 shilling here. Don't forget to wash your hands and wear a mask. Hey, if you want to learn about how the conservative Christians out there are wanting to starve out the Democrats in order to force them to step down from their political positions, then you should, join the Skeptic Mafia and watch the latest podcast, because we cover a dipshit that says exactly that. Next up is the Ruined Warrior, who says, who confused Jesus with Satan? That's a good question. I have no fucking idea. I know a couple of people have mentioned that so far. I don't know who in the fuck is confusing Satan and Jesus. Where does this guy get this stuff? What is he smoking? Can I have some? And why did he start singing? Well, he started singing because Admiral Byrd called the dude the alien lizard demonic Nazi creature at the center of the earth. He called him master, and so that made Kim think, oh no, Jesus is my master. And then he started singing a song, which I'm guessing they sung at the beginning of the sermon prior to him getting up there. I'm guessing that's where it came from, but who the fuck knows in his crazy ass head. Thank you, Ruined Warrior. And then we got Jonathan Hanchuk. He says, no, you stupid fuck! It doesn't work like that. Fail, 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 fail. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hi, Casey. How was your weekend? John, did you enjoy your holiday? Yeah. It was a nice holiday. We liked it.
I mean, I had a fine weekend.
Yeah?
I cleaned and then I cooked dinner.
Cleaned and cooked dinner. Well, that's going to be it for the show tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed watching Dr. June Kim spread his fucking crazy ass bullshit. I really appreciate everybody being here tonight. Normally I go through the comments, but I'm running really late. We're going just over 2 hours now because of how crazy as shit his stuff was. We got Quentin Van Boeven, who said, gonna head out early tonight. Been fun, but need to catch up on some sleep to try to be up at 4 a.m. for work. Help me! I got you. I know exactly what you mean there, bud.
Teresa, Minnesota said her comment is missing.
Huh?
Teresa said her comment is missing. But I looked, there's nothing held for review.
Let me see. Teresa, did you by chance... I noticed a lot of people left comments actually on the video instead of on the post.
Yeah, you have to leave your comments on the community post. That's where he pulls them from.
Right. So if you Yeah, on the actual video, she said, "What the flippity fuck is this?"
I'm sure Gene Kim appreciated that.
She is demon possessed.
I'm gonna use that though. What the flippity fuck? I like that. I about killed John earlier when I told some asshole on the internet to put a mask on his plague hole.
Mask on his plague hole. I really like that. I noticed James the Tired a little bit ago asked if I would be interested in talking with a Christian on his channel. Not tonight, obviously. We went long and I'm tired.
I gave him your email.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, definitely email me, James. I would, depending on what Christian it is and the topic, I would be happy to speak with anybody.
Not anybody.
Huh?
You said depending on who it is, but I'd be happy to speak to anybody. Not anybody.
Yeah, not anybody. I would be happy to speak with somebody depending on those particular things. So, anyways, let's see. Kevin Beeler says I wasn't able to watch, but judging from the Skeptic Mafia comments, I'm not sure I want to. Oh, what the hell? Why not? Yeah, it'll blow your mind. I'm not sure if that I did. Okay, I think we got Teresa Minnesota's comment. There were other comments on there, but they also left stuff actually on the post. So,
Canadian Catholic, most people aren't smarter than GE. So, yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Debate the fat. What are you on? No. I'm not sure if that was to me, but I'm not even addressing you.
I don't know what it.
Let's see. Dave Lee says I used to live rent free in my ex-wife's head. She's being divorced a second time. However, I think I might get evicted.
That's the best kind of eviction. Ain't nobody need an ex-wife's bullshit.
No.
Although I have to admit, my ex-husband still adores me.
Yeah, that's because he's trying to treat you like a fast food joint and order food from you.
But I don't feed him, only on his birthday.
Oh, yeah.
And I bring him treats at Christmas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Philly 3000 says when you get time, GE, go watch Boys from Brazil. It's about Hitler being cloned. Great movie. Gregory Peck's in it. Oh, interesting. Sirnian says I was in top chat the whole time. Live chat needs to be the default. I agree. I don't know why it's not.
Bullshit.
Alex Baranowski. I went to the dog park yesterday just to pet some dogs. Okay. Dogs are cool. I follow a number of like dog subreddits just because they're cute and I don't mind watching them from afar.
No, we're not getting a dog. That wasn't to you. That was to the chat.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I'm going to go on ahead and head out. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate all the super chats. Appreciate all the Skeptic Mafia members. And I appreciate everybody that came here to watch. You guys are awesome. Most of you guys. And I will see all you heathens later. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens.
Bye, y'all.